or if you're watching on the replay. I thank you guys so much for being here, for tuning in with me today. As you can kind of hear, my voice is just a little on the tired this morning. It's kind of been a busy week for me. And excuse me, let me turn on my air because I'm a little toasty. I'm on the way to pick up my daughter from her friend's house. Y'all, I hate that for whatever reason on this side of the car, my little button for the window is not working. So it's like I got to literally lean over because it worked on this side. I don't know. Bay said the dog did it. I just find that hard to believe because it's kind of like, why would the dog be in the driver's seat? But anyways, one thing about me, I'm gonna always use myself as an example. So if there's anybody else that today, you know, it's not that you're in a down mood, you're not in a happy mood, you just kind of mooding and going through all the steps and the processes, like, don't give up. Because I know, like, for me, today it's just kind of like you know, I'm chilling, I'm good, I'm thankful. I all praise be to God for everything, just everything in my life, right? But I've been sitting down kind of doing some of the stuff for my daughter's application processes to the plethora of schools that have accepted her. And I guess I'm just a little, because I'm trying to get her to just narrow down. Just tell mommy where you want to go, which one you want to choose, or what it is that you think you want to do. Because hell, I'm confused. I know she wants to go to school for hair. I know she wants to also go to school for business, and she definitely wants to go to college. Which, even if she didn't want to go to college, I was still okay with that, right? But I guess because I'm such a organized person and I put everything into, like, I'm a perfectionist at heart. Like, I overanalyze, I do all these things. I don't ever want to project my things onto somebody else. I also need to get some food for us to have in the house. Baby, when I say all I have in the house is fish, and Sydney don't eat fish. She hungry, I'm hungry, and so it's like I need to figure out if I would stop and purchase something from the grocery store, or if I'm just gonna cook. Because I think I have tilapia, I have salmon, and I have catfish nuggets. So I definitely have stuff that can be cooked. It's just now you're talking about when the kids actually eat or when they don't eat. Which, I think with one of my daughters, I'm kind of just trying to monitor. Like, you always have to monitor, you have to pray. Y'all, one thing about prayer, like, let me turn this down because I feel like I'm trying to scream over the air conditioner. One thing about prayer, y'all, when you pray and you ask God for things, let me not get emotional. Let me not, because, baby, when I get to talking about God, baby, and I know that might sound so cliche when people be like, oh, the goodness of God, but when I get to talking about God, baby, it just does something for me, because as long as I can remember, everything I have gone to God about, He has handled. Everything I have gone to God about, because the lady looking at me crazy because I'm in here talking to y'all. Everything that I've never asked God for, He provided in abundance. The things I asked Him for, He provided over in abundance, right? It could be something simple. I can simply ask Him to help me say something like stay on task, because I don't really ask God for material things. I've never been one to pray about material things and stuff like this, because I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't raised that put all these thoughts into materialism and things. That I was always taught, like, happiness comes from within and to live within your means. Now, your means doesn't necessarily mean that it can't be a luxury item or a non-luxury item. Like I always tell y'all, luxury items are what you deem them to be, right? Living within your means, everybody's means are different. So one person may look at something and feel like it's this, and that, and that, another person may look at it and feel like that ain't nothing, right? So for me, I'm saying all that to say, when you pray about stuff and you ask God about stuff, like, you have to be very careful. I know people always say be specific in what you want. I don't go to God with things that I want. I always ask God to give me the desires, to do His will in my life, and that He knows the desires of my heart, right? Because we all want different things out of life. The biggest want I have in my life is always making sure that my kids are okay, and that I am able to always provide what they need, and that if I give them extra, that it's me blessing them. And I've always taught my kids to be appreciative. If you talk to anybody in my family, people, one thing they cannot say about me or my children is that my children are bratty, or it's okay to spoil them. I definitely spoil my kids. Because to me, spoiling is just pouring love into somebody. That's not necessarily trying to buy love, and there is definitely a difference. Which house is it again? I think it's this house. Yeah, I think it's this house. I don't like to pull into her driveway because it's kind of, why they gotta, well, let me not say that, because I am on live. I don't know what that is, but what it looks like on the door is, I'm gonna pray for them, because I hope that's not what I think it is on her door handle. Anyways, you just have to, how can I say this? Because this is the internet, and I always feel safe talking here on YouTube with y'all and stuff like that, but I still recognize that it's the internet. Hold on, y'all. I'm in the thought process, but I'm also picking up my child. I don't know what that is on their door, because I told Sydney I would be on the way. I just believe that when you pray, God will show you things. So what I mean by that is, if you feel like it's something a family member won't talk to you about, or is not talking to you about, or you're unsure about it, pray. Pray and ask God to reveal things to you, and He will. So, with one of my daughters, I know her weight down, and so I always make sure that I pay attention to that. You don't want things to turn into, especially with teenagers, y'all. I think a lot of people feel like once your child becomes a teenager, you don't have to pay attention. This is not true. You like, that's why I hate when people be like, "Oh, my children 18, they grown. I ain't got to worry about them." How, as a parent, can you say you don't have to worry about them, baby? I'm a worry till the day God closes my eyes. And I don't mean worry like, meaning in a learning way. Like, I'm going to be, but I don't want her feeling like, like we go, we work out, we do all these things. Feel like, because in society where the internet, baby, everybody using a filter and everybody doing whatever, it almost gets to the point like who's posting themselves authentically, who's really being authentic. Hold on, y'all, let me text my child, because I don't think that, I'm not going in trying to change my nose, my face, make myself look small. Like, I just, I'm not. Like, who am I? Who am I trying to fool? Who am I doing all that for? I believe that I am beautiful the way I am. And being that I have 3 daughters in the house with me, I don't ever want them to feel like they are beautiful, like they should hate themselves, or like they need all these different things. Now she could come out here in her pajamas. Y'all, this is part of having children. I tell them not to come in to get dressed for the day, but she did come spend the night. So, hey, Aishi. Is that how you say it? Sorry, with our children who are correct. Like you have to be. Good. What is time? Is it? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mother.
You have my clips in your head, and those are for roller setting.
That's rough.
I'm on live though, but how was your night? What's the orange thing on her door?
What orange?
It's an orange thing on the door. Did you tell them that it's an orange thing on the door? You don't see it hanging on
Did you see me tell them there was an orange thing?
Well, you could text her and let her know
if
it's
I
something.
said what orange thing?
Okay, so text her and let them know they have an orange
She's asleep, but I'll text her.
tag. Well, just tell her it's an orange tag on their door. Because I think that's for like the gas lines or something. That's what I think. So you don't want them to like turn on the stove or something and is like their gas valves are thing. Or sometimes when they're working on gas in the neighborhood, they'll have them turned on. I don't know. How did y'all? What all did y'all do?
Watched the Netflix.
What did y'all watch?
I do not know the name of the show, but it was stupid.
It was a stupid show.
Yeah, it was about some old-timey, like, girls in princess dresses and guys in...
Was it a cartoon?
No, it was a real show. Oh, I think it was called Bridgerton.
Oh, Bridgerton. Okay.
Yeah,
Everybody's into Bridgerton right now. I do have some of the books, and I have yet to sit down and read them. I think Robin and Brene watches Bridgerton too. I have yet to watch an episode. Mommy like all them crime shows. Like I used to like the one with Idris Elba on there, where he was like a detective or something. I watch a lot of stuff like that. But so y'all, should we go buy chicken? Well, you're not dressed to go in the store at all.
I miss my baby girl.
You miss your baby girl, your puppy dog.
And my daughter.
I feel like she might be a little constipated because when I took her outside, she was training for quite some time. Y'all need to make sure that she has water up there. Look, we passing their vet now. But yeah, y'all just make sure that you're paying attention. Make sure that you're not being, just make sure you're paying attention and that you're not sitting back and overlooking stuff. Make sure that you're praying. I know a lot of people are probably not into religion or into, different things, or they don't want to talk about God. And I ain't up here to make nobody change their religion, make nobody, I don't ever have to, you don't have to persuade somebody to follow God. Either you follow God or you don't. Once, as a Christian, my job is just to tell you about God, tell you about the goodness of God and introduce you to God. And from there, you study to show yourself approved. You go and desire that hunger or that whatever. That's why I always, when I pray, one thing I always pray is that God always keeps Christian people in my path, Christian people in my children's path, right? If it's something that my kids can't talk to me about, another family member can't talk to me about, then I always ask that God creates an extension, a limb that, somebody, a ram in the bush, if so to speak, somebody that they can feel comfortable talking to that will guide them and give them, correct advice. Because the truth is, we don't know it all. I don't like shit. As a mom, as a sister, as a daughter, a friend, a cousin, I'm not a wife anymore, but if I were to be as a spouse, like any title that God would give me in my life does not necessarily mean that I am an expert at that. Even with being a cosmetologist, as long as I've been, I'm always still learning and progressing my talent. Like I'm so grateful and thankful for my talents, even here on YouTube. Like, things may not look like it is, but you have to know how to speak things into existence. You have to have faith, because faith is what you don't see. So for me, I know the type of YouTuber that I am and what I choose to accomplish here on this platform and how I choose to bless people. I come on, I clown with y'all. I come on, I talk seriously with y'all. I come on and you get many different facets of me, because that's just what it is. Like, I'm not a one-dimensional person, but you'll definitely see like my strong points and stuff like steer through in conversations that we typically have here on the channel, whether that's in parenting, whether that's in love, whether that's in, you know, budgeting, whether that's in beauty. And when I say beauty, like I hate, like, let me not say hate, I dislike strongly on YouTube that beauty and hair and cosmetologist all considered like different things. For me as a cosmetologist, that's all under one little thing. Cindy, you want chicken today? I mean, we have fish, so that's what's in the house. We have fish. I can either do it like blackened fish, I can fry the fish, or we can bake fish. So when I say, do you want chicken? Because mommy's not gonna buy beef. I don't really like to buy beef. It just takes so long to digest, and I would prefer not to buy pork. Or I can get some pork steaks, and we do some pork steaks, rice, and the rest of those vegetables. You want that?
Just do whatever.
Yeah, but the thing is, are you gonna eat whatever? Are you telling me to do whatever? I do have, but it's some frozen okra. It's not fresh okra.
Why would you even offer that to me?
I like
now,
okra.
You know good and well I'm not.
I grew up eating okra and smoked tasso and smoked turkey necks and rice. So, but the okra that's in there, Mr. Anthony bought, and it's frozen okra. It's not fresh okra. So I don't even really want to fool with that because it's not what mommy would cook or use, even though it's the same thing. It's processed, so I don't like that. I like my vegetables fresh. They're having an estate sale. I am really not dressed to be going out and about. I literally got out the house to come and get her because I was on the phone and on the computer trying to figure out like why one of the schools for some reason her social is in there wrong. So we were trying to see if we could trigger it, shoot it, and get it put back in there, but it's not letting them override the system even when they got the supervisor at the campus to come and do it. So tomorrow she has a campus tour from 9 to 11. Tomorrow you go to the dentist at 4. So be ready for 3. At 3:30 we're gonna leave to get there for 4. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so she has a campus tour tomorrow in the morning for one of the schools up here, UNT Denton. That's where we'll be going tomorrow. And so when we get there, we're just gonna take the stuff up to the registrar's office. Because the thing is, even though she's been accepted to all these schools, she's been accepted to 2 schools in Houston, 2 schools in San Antonio.
House unlocked?
Oh, mommy, just bring the keys back because I'm going to go and pick up some chicken here. Yo, mama not getting enough rest here.
Take a nap.
I'm not a nap person.
Well, I don't know what you want me to do.
She got accepted to one in Austin as well. So my thing is like, child, which one do you actually, we could keep going see them and keep going see them, but which one do you actually want to go to? That way, because we did her financial aid back in, I think, March or whatever, whenever before. But, you know, it's going to soon be getting time for them to pull. And in August, they're going to all starting school. So I need to see. Now, one thing, when I was talking to UNT this morning, because I'm not familiar with all these schools, just in case she picks that one, that's not too far. I forgot the school in Waxahachie. Is that how you say it? Waxahachie? Y'all that's from Texas, y'all tell me. I think it's pronounced Waxahachie. There's a school out there called Midwestern. She got accepted there too. But here's the thing. Some of those schools don't have, like, so U of H downtown doesn't have dorms. That was the first school she got accepted into. And they don't have dorms. And so my thing is, like, as a freshman, I'm not really keen for her being off campus. Not because I think she's going to get into trouble. Not because I think, anything like that. It's just I do, like, as a person that went to college and stuff like that, I do feel like she should live on campus. Oh, dag thing. Shut up. The keys is right here. It's just going to keep beeping as if the keys are not in here. I know we be talking and I just be telling y'all, like, the business and stuff, but hey, it is what it is. I feel like a lot of people get on the internet and lie. So I get on here and I just try to be truthful with where I'm at. Like, I know, like, I have like a nervousness about, like, and it's so different because when Tony went to school, I was nervous more so about, like, oh my God, my child going to college, she ain't gonna be here, like, da 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 da. And so I've kind of gotten used to her being at the house, but she calls for us to come get her, like, quite often. So I do like that. I told Robin if she go to school in Houston, no, I will move towards Houston way, just because I don't really like Dallas anyway, like up here like that. And I don't know, like, I'm not gonna say like I'm a super social person. One thing I do regret as a mom is that because I have lived so far away from a lot of my family and friends, my kids didn't really get to grow up with that experience like I did as a child, being around all my cousins on the weekend and we all kicking it and laughing and and like, my kids, as far as them having cousins, their first cousins, I think the oldest one, Micah, is, I think, just made 9. Huge age gap. And then their other 2 cousins are basically under the age of 2. So that they don't get that effect, but they have like a lot of adult cousins that are like second cousins, third cousins and stuff like that, that, they just didn't get to grow up and be around. They grew up and they got to be around like every holiday, or I shouldn't say holiday, but every time we had school break, because I do work in the district. So every time we'd have a break from school, I would go to Lake Charles. We would go and visit my mom, my grandmother, go and visit my mom. Well, when my mama and daddy lived out there too, we would go visit all of them. But now that my parents are actually in Missouri, and then my grandparents, which are my parents, are actually both now deceased, I don't go to Missouri. I just don't. Yeah, like my dad came for graduation. My actual mom and I right now are not really, I love my mom, but right now we kind of, and I hate to say like at odds, because I'm not at odds with her, but I feel like, I'm just waiting on God to grace an opportunity for she and I to really have a heart-to-heart conversation without heightened emotions and all that stuff like that, because for I think for both of us, some change needs to happen. I really, sometimes I don't know. A lot of times I feel like I get blamed for a lot of stuff because she had me so young. And I don't really care about being blamed for anything because I'm grown. And at the end of the day, mentally, I know that I can't mess up nobody's life or stuff like this. But, it's not really my story to tell. I feel like it's my mom's story to tell, if that makes sense. I just kind of, I get like the root of it. I think because I was raised by my grandparents and I call them my parents, I didn't realize how much of an issue that was for certain family members in my family. And until my mom died. And because when my dad died, nobody was saying nothing. When I was like, well, my daddy died, nobody was really saying nothing. But then when my mom passed away, and I'm like, oh my God, I just lost my mom. I lost the person the 2 people that was the closest to in my life that I could go to and I could tell anything to. All of a sudden now it's an issue. Oh, that ain't your mama. That ain't, like, I don't understand. And from all of that comes a bunch of other things, because I was left things. I never asked for anything, but I was left things. And, well, I don't know, because I always thought my family was not like that. But what I will say is I've learned that I think this is all families. And these past 3 years have been truly just difficult for me, because it's almost like I have a target on my back with family members, like, because people want material possessions and they want financial gains and they want different things like this. And I'm not necessarily just talking about my mom. I'm talking about family members in general. Like, people treat you differently. And the sad thing is, like, Y'all, I've always done well for myself. I've always been comfortable. I will never, disclose my financial thing to a T because I don't really feel like that's anybody's business but me and my kids. But it's just so crazy when people think that you have all this and they really don't even know what the fuck you have. And so they're up here assuming, and the sad thing is, like, if you really would have taking the time to get to know me and to fuck with me, you would have seen that I still live the same that I've always lived. I've always been a saver. I could call anybody that's a friend of mine, anybody that personally knew me in the family, and they would tell you I've always been one to save. I've always been one to not try to, like, it's shit like how people say I can stun out. It's shit I can stun out on. It's shit I can get out and do. That I'm not a flashy ass person. I've never been. I bought a whole BMW X750i, brand new, cash, no car note, no nothing. I never posted it online. I don't even think y'all knew I had a damn BMW until I made a video to kind of like help other mothers, because my thing is always helping. I'm always using myself as an example to help. And I came and I kind of did a review on, not even a review, I was telling people why I was about to sell the car, because I hadn't even had the car 5 to 6 months, and the car had already broken down on me. The car had like little electronic issues that were happening inside of it. And I personally disliked that, when, even though it sat 7 people, and people come on that video to this day and argue me down like, oh, it only sits 6. The back seat sat 3, the 2 in the thing sat 2, and in the front it sat 2. So therefore that's 7 people. So 6 to 7 people. For me, I came on and used that video to be like, hey, I'm actually selling this car because, like, when we took a road trip in the vehicle, we had no storage. It was no cargoes. Like, literally, like, shit was in the middle with the thing. And I think people, like, be trying to get out and stunt and do all this shit. Baby, I love my Dodge Charger. I like, this car has never given me a problem. I bought it brand new off the lot. Everything I've ever bought, y'all, I've worked to get. So I'm not even gonna lie. It hurts my feelings when people come and try to act like, oh, you only got this because of this. No, because I was never like you, because I was never like you and you and you, and I've always worked hard. I've worked. I didn't give a care about working. I did what I had to do. I saved. Um, I've always had stuff. Matter of fact, when different family members always ask me for money, I've always been able to give to y'all, even before my mom died and blessed me with other stuff. So, and even with that, I don't even spend that. And I could. I really could. I could spend it. I could do whatever. But my mindset is like, I want my children to have. Like, I've always been like, that is something that has just been in me. Like, call me weird, say whatever the I don't know. From a little girl, I can remember getting Christmas gifts, getting just gifts, in general, because I wasn't a child that got like Christmas gifts like everybody else, right? I lived with old people. My grandmother wasn't going to buy me no Barbie dolls and no shit like that. She was buying shit that I was going to use. Like, you open your gifts and you had pantyhose or jeans and, shit that you were going to use. If I got a toy from her, baby, it came from the Salvation Army or the Goodwill. When I would go to my mom's house, because it would be Christmas, I'd go there, and then I would get a Barbie doll, or something like that. Whatever they could get us, we got. I had a bicycle. I had Barbies, but a lot of them either came from, I have to separate the names. Either came from Stacy, who's my biological mom, or Lornie, which is my grandmother, who's also my mom. If she bought me stuff, it was kind of like usually secondhand, right? It wasn't gonna be like a thing. And let me use this to say, this was my grandparents were very frugal. They had money. I would consider us to be like a middle class family. It wasn't like we were lower class, which is nothing wrong with that or anything like that. Like, I grew up comfortable. So I'm saying all this to say, I hate when people try to count your pockets. The one thing my daddy told me, my grandfather, when I was growing up, he was like, never count money you don't have. He was like, I don't care if it's coming from a paycheck and it's supposed to come. Never count money you Never count money you don't physically have. That's not in your hand that you don't have. If you don't have it, it ain't yours. Don't budget for it. Act like you don't have it and keep it pushing. He also taught me that anything I made, set a percentage that I was going to take out of it and put that to the side for savings. And I teach that to my kids too. So what I'm saying to y'all is, like, I don't like, they're like, you just got to know people's personalities. There's people out here that's flashy. They want to stun out, they want to show you all this shit and this stuff like this. But y'all, that don't make a person, that don't fill a void. It's good. Like, I have luxury shit, high end shit, and I have stuff that's not luxury and not high end. And heart wise, I'm fulfilled. And it's not because of material things. It's because I have love in my house. I get to raise my 3 beautiful children. And despite like the things that I've been through in life, despite going through 2 divorces, even though I was the one that, chose to get divorced, which to me that never matters. But I think sometimes as a woman and as a black woman, I have to say that because, a lot of times when people hear you're divorced, they just assumed a man left you and a man left you down bad and this and that and that. No, I've always been one to know my worth. And if it's not edifying me, if we can't work through and it's not edifying me, or if I made a choice that was not aligned with what God had for me, baby, I'm going to pray and ask God to, remove me out of that situation. And I'm going to remove myself. With the little running joke in my family is that, like, oh, if Raven don't like it, she going to leave. And it's kind of like a gift and a curse, because it's like y'all say that, but y'all say that because of what you see, but y'all don't necessarily know what people are going through. Like, nobody knew what I was going through in either marriage, either time, until after I got divorced, and to this day they still don't know. And one thing I've learned, when people don't know something, because you're a private person, when people don't know something, people speculate, they assume, and sometimes that can be worse than if you just tell them the truth. But sometimes you deal with people, because I have a person in my family that's like that. You can tell them the truth, you can tell them what it is verbatim, and they're going to add to it. They're going to take what you said, twist it, and add to it. So it's just, this is why for me, I trust God. This is why for me, like, I go to God with everything. This is why for me, like, I've had people tell me some real fucked up shit here on YouTube, but let me show you how I don't care, because this is social media. You can't tell me where my view is going to be today, because you don't know where my view is going to be tomorrow. You can't really tell me about anything about the content that I put out. You could talk about an algorithm all day. You could talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. But if I know that I have a goal, if I know that I'm working towards that goal, whether that goal happens overnight, if that goal happens in a year, I've been on here for some time. So, for me, if I was on here for certain things or certain luxuries, baby, I'd have been gave up. But nothing about me is a quitter. Nothing about me is a person that can't adjust or do what's best for me. Child, y'all, right? Nah, I'm out here. I ain't really got on no bra, so I don't want no like headlights showing, because again, I was in my house. So I don't really come out with no bra. I was actually just talking to Shady Shay, and I told her the same thing, because she was telling me how she had met a subscriber, and I was like, wow, I've never really had that happen to me. I said, girl, I'd have probably been like happy but freaking out and everything. And I said, then at the same time, I'd have been like, oh shit, my face would have probably been looking crazy, because I would have been like, oh Lord, now you know me from where? How you know me? Like, if I wouldn't have been looking a mess. I try not to go in public looking a mess, but child, sometimes it happens. And to me, I feel like sometimes people catch you when you at a disadvantage, or you looking a different way. Okay, let's see. Let's get a buggy. Maybe why the buggies way back here like this today? Oh, we got new buggies. I love it. We got new buggies. Maybe she got some booty on her, girl. Okay, so yeah, y'all, I don't know. I think sometimes it be hard because like I do have some family members that watch my channel, so I be feeling like I have to watch what I say because hello, because they get upset like when I start to tell the truth, because you know people don't want their family business aired, or you know, or things like that. And my thing is like I'm not out here trying to speak on nobody else. I'm only speaking on my experience and my things. And a lot of times I do feel like I be going through this because God is probably trying to use me to help somebody else, right? Even though I'm in the thick of the situation, I do feel like God be trying to help me to help somebody else. So a lot of times I do feel led to discuss it, but because it's such a an open wound, it makes it hard to talk about at times. Do I want some cabbage for today? Robin like cabbage. I can either do cabbage or mustard greens. What y'all think I should do, cabbage or mustard greens? You know what? First, let me go see on the meat because I don't know what I wanna cook. I could do some jambalaya. I could do like a lot of little things, but I don't know what I want to do. Let me see. Hey, Naima. BMW is a bad car. I don't. You know what? I go back and forth because I'd be like, if I buy a second car again, would I buy a BMW? As far as that car, I had it customized. I mean, I picked every single thing and they shipped it to me, right? But would I buy it again? I don't know. I'm not really a Porsche girl. I'm not really a Mercedes girl. I've always liked BMWs, but I also like muscle cars, which is why I feel like I'm so in love with my car, if that makes sense. Y'all, I really don't know what I want to cook. And baby, I can throw down. I can throw down. That's just like another thing here on the channel. Sometimes I don't know. I don't know if y'all be wanting vlogs or if y'all just be wanting the beauty content. If I had to go off of my analytics, it would just say beauty content, right? And then when I start doing a lot of that, like a lot of people be like, where are the vlogs? So, oh, those aren't pork steaks. Oh, I could do some rib tips. Rib tips are always pretty good. They just go so fast. Baby, the pork steaks are going up, honey. These are small. Or should I have some neck bones? I ain't did neck bones in a while. I think I kind of want some neck bones. Um, this is probably gonna be copyrighted because they got their music blasting in here. I could get a pack of bread and just do some hamburgers real quick until the food is cooked. Cause Sydney and I are both hungry, so we like the Great Value bread. Let's come and get that. And everybody been wanting something sweet in the house. I'm trying to figure out, should I get some ice cream? See, the thing is, you get ice cream and them children be just letting the ice cream go. I love it. I love it. I love it. Baby, she praising God right here in the store, baby, listening to her music. I love it. Should I do chicken? I feel like we just been eating chicken. Eating chicken, baby. I'm tired of chicken. Jesus. Lord. Oh, y'all, the little wines are marked down. Y'all gotta forgive how I'm in here looking. I'm so sorry. I really like palm olive dish detergent. I don't know why, but I do. Oh. Okay. Y'all, I think my cash is at home. I'm gonna be real upset if I get up here and my cash is at home. Because I don't want to use my card right now. I had, because I don't have my purse. I thought I was just going to pick up Sydney. So all I have is just my wallet. But I had taken everything out when I was sitting at the table. Ugh. It's that shit. I took everything out when I was sitting at the table. That's crazy. All right, let's see. Let's see what we could do. I haven't had my coffee for this morning either. I might get like a little snack cake. Powdered sugar donuts. Lord, if I get this, them children gonna eat this like crazy. I normally don't get stuff like that. Because for me, I'd rather just make a cake. Let me see where I'm at. I think I should be good. Yeah, I think. All right. I think we're done. Excuse me. It's the fact that I got 2 packs of meat. Maybe I'll cook one today and one tomorrow because I don't know which one I want for today. But it is what it is. It is what it is, y'all. First and foremost, thank y'all. Thank y'all for being on live today with me. Thank y'all for just listening, even though I'm probably not thoroughly checking the comments. But, you know, just thank y'all. Thank y'all for always being supportive, for always being here, for all that. Like, I truly, truly, truly do appreciate each and every one of y'all, to be honest. I really do. People probably think I'm crazy because I'm in here walking around, holding my phone, talking. Or maybe they think I'm on FaceTime. I don't know. Do these take card? Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. I hope y'all enjoy y'all day because it looks like I'm gonna be waiting here a little bit. So enjoy y'all's day. I am doing Beau Rhapsody right now. It's a series here on the channel for the month of June. So all of this is gonna be in my Beau Rhapsody playlist. You can always go in that playlist and watch content or watch the live streams that I'm doing. Either or, it doesn't matter. So I love y'all and I'm out.